Help me to narrate my story, Celestial Heir. Chapter 1. The Dream of Fire and Wings. The night burned red. Kael stood in the middle of a silent forest, trees trembling under waves of heat that should not exist. Fire drifted like dust in the air, soft, golden, alive. Then he saw it, a pair of wings made of light spreading wide above the treetops. They were beautiful, terrifying, familiar. A voice called from somewhere beyond the smoke. Heir of light, awaken. The sound wasn't human, it was like thunder wrapped in a whisper, echoing inside his bones. Kael reached for the light, but the ground cracked beneath him and the wings vanished into darkness. Then came the cold. He gasped and sat upright, drenched in sweat. The scent of pine and rain filled his lungs. He was home, in his small room in Evershade Village. Outside, morning bells tolled across the valley, soft and distant. Kael pressed a trembling hand to his chest. The dream felt real, too real. Through the window, the dawn sky shimmered faintly, a single streak of silver light falling from the heavens. For a moment, Kael thought it looked like a feather. He didn't know it yet, but that was the moment everything changed. The scent of pine and rain still clung to the air when Kael stirred again. Sunlight spilled through the cracks in his wooden shutters, painting the small room in soft stripes of gold. For a moment, he lay still, staring at the ceiling, the echo of that strange voice whispering in his head. Heir of light, awaken. He pressed a hand to his chest. His heartbeat was steady now, but the memory of the dream lingered, the fire, the wings, the falling feather. It felt less like a dream and more like something remembered. A soft knock broke the silence. Kael. It was his sister, Amara, her voice bright and impatient as always. Come on, you'll be late again. Breakfast is getting cold. Kael blinked and sat up, rubbing his eyes. I'm coming, he called. You said that yesterday too, she teased, her footsteps already fading down the hall. He sighed, tugged on his tunic, and stepped into the warmth of morning. Their cottage sat near the edge of Evershade, where the forest met the farmlands. Beyond the hills, mist still curled in slow ribbons, glowing faintly in the rising sun. Inside the kitchen, the smell of baked bread and herbs filled the air. Amara was setting the table, her braids swaying as she moved. Their mother stood by the hearth, stirring a pot of porridge, humming softly an old lullaby Kael barely remembered from childhood. Sleep well? His mother asked without looking up. Kael hesitated. I think so. Amara laughed. You look like you wrestled a thunderstorm. Kael managed a smile. Maybe I did. He sat, trying to focus on the warmth of the room, the soft crackle of the fire, the scent of breakfast, the sound of his family's laughter. But through the window, something flickered, a silver glint falling through the morning mist, vanishing before it touched the ground. A feather, exactly like the one from his dream. Kael's smile faded. The world, it seemed, was already beginning to change. Kael's eyes locked onto the spot where the feather had disappeared, his mind racing with questions. Was it just a coincidence, or was something more going on? He tried to shake off the feeling of unease, focusing on the warmth and love surrounding him in the kitchen. As he ate his breakfast, Kael couldn't help but steal glances out the window, half expecting to see something else unusual. But the morning sun cast a peaceful glow over the rolling hills and the forest beyond. Kael, are you okay? Amara asked, noticing his distraction. You seem a bit out of it. Kael forced a smile. Just a little preoccupied, that's all. Their mother placed a hand on his shoulder. If something's bothering you, we're here to listen. Kael hesitated, unsure how to share the strange occurrences in his dream and now the feather. He decided to keep it to himself for now, not wanting to worry his family. After breakfast, Kael headed out to help with the morning chores, his eyes scanning the horizon for any sign of whatever it was he saw. The air was crisp, filled with the scent of dew and grass. He breathed it in, feeling a sense of normalcy wash over him. As he worked, Kael's thoughts turned to the voice in his dream. Heir of light, awaken. What did it mean? And what was that feather doing here, in his village? The sun climbed higher, casting long shadows across the fields. Kael's tasks were soon complete, and he found himself standing at the edge of the forest, the trees looming above him like sentinels. He felt a shiver run down his spine. Something was coming, and he had a feeling it was connected to the strange occurrences in his dream. With a deep breath, Kael stepped into the forest, the trees swallowing him whole. The canopy overhead filtered the sunlight, casting dappled shadows on the forest floor. He walked, the silence enveloping him, until he reached a clearing. In the center of the clearing stood an ancient tree, its trunk gnarled and twisted with age. Kael approached it, feeling an inexplicable pull. Carved into the trunk was a symbol he recognized, the mark of the Celestials. A surge of energy ran through him, and Kael knew his life was about to change forever. The voice in his dream, the feather, the symbol, all were connected, and he was ready to uncover the truth. What secrets lay hidden in the ancient tree, and what lay ahead for Kael on his journey to discover the truth about his dreams and the mysterious forces at work in Ilarion? As Kael reached out to touch the symbol, a low hum began to vibrate through the air, like the quiet buzzing of a harp string. The symbol glowed with a soft, ethereal light, and Kael felt a sudden jolt of energy course through his body. Visions burst forth in his mind's eye, images of ancient battles, of lands torn apart by darkness, of a great and powerful magic that once flowed through the world. The visions faded, leaving Kael breathless and disoriented. When his eyes focused again, he saw a figure standing before him. It was a woman with skin as pale as moonlight and hair as dark as the night sky. Her eyes shone like stars, and she wore a gown that seemed woven from the very fabric of the stars themselves. "Who are you?" Kael asked, his voice barely above a whisper. "I am Aethera," she replied, her voice like music, "a messenger from the Celestials. You, Kael, are the last hope of Ilarion. The Shadowborn King seeks to claim the continent, and only you can stop him." Kael's mind reeled. "The Shadowborn King? What do you mean?" Aethera's gaze was solemn. "Varen Duskbane, the ruler of Nighthaven, seeks to spread his darkness across Ilarion. You, Kael, are the heir of light, chosen by the Celestials to wield the power of the elements and bring balance to the world." Kael felt a surge of doubt and fear. "Me? I'm just a farmer's son. I don't know anything about being a hero." Aethera's expression softened. "Your destiny is not one of your own choosing, Kael, but you have within you the power to shape the fate of Ilarion. Will you answer the call?" As Kael stood there, the weight of Aethera's words settling upon him, he felt a spark within him ignite. He thought of his family, his friends, and the life he knew. But he also thought of the voice in his dreams, the feather, and the symbol on the ancient tree. With a deep breath, Kael made his decision. "I'll do it," he said, his voice firm. "I'll find a way to stop Varen Duskbane and save Ilarion." Aethera's face broke into a gentle smile. "I knew you would. Your journey begins now, Kael. Gather your friends, Lyra, Elian, Thorn, Arden, and Zephyr. Together, you will face challenges that will test your